that Commissioner Melton said last meeting he thought we should put a resolution together. Are you saying we should not do that, or we're not going to do that?
So there's no resolution for tonight. There's no resolution on the agenda tonight. I did reach out, I know we also talked about the Metro Mayors in a bigger group. That's the word we got back after the board meeting. So I guess what I'm looking for, if the board says, look, put together a resolution just for Matthews for the 26th. I just need kind of clearer direction. That was mentioned. We looked at the minutes weren't as clear as maybe they could have been or should have been, and we didn't know if that was the consensus of the group or silence means consent, so I did not do it.
My vote would be to send a resolution on top of the other.
Okay.
I just think it needs to be Matthews that we're putting forward, not a group of towns putting forward. I think it needs to be just Matthews.
Commissioner Miller.
Thank you. I support Mayor Bailey's approach, and as well as your suggestions that you had in an email earlier. I believe it was today. It might have been yesterday, but I read it today. I support whatever you and Mayor Bailey decide that I've seen so far as suggestions.
Any other comments? Commissioner Urban?
I think I responded to Hayes, and I guess the question was, we could be firing off resolutions month after month after month. The question is, and I think I stated, is it a pinprick, or are you swinging with a full baseball bat? And your argument that you made, or that the person from the league made, sounded really sound from the aspect of it's a coalition of everybody, and the question is, does Raleigh sit up when someone bigger, the 800-pound gorilla, is knocking at the door, or when it's just not us knocking at the door? I don't have a problem with a resolution on the 26th. If you want to draft one, the board wants to go in that direction. But ultimately, we need to be working in concert with other towns to really, like what basically Quad was, is to really wedge, a consensus together. And I think that makes a lot of sense too. So that would be my point of contention, is that by doing that, it really yields something. I don't know if there's something in the interim you can do, but I think the whole point is that pulling and coalescing all our forces makes a lot better sense.
All right, just like to make a comment on this. In my opinion, I think we should do both. We've been waiting on the Mayor's Coalition for about 2 years now, and we don't have any resolution. And when things are done in Raleigh that are bad for Matthews, I think we need to stand up and say, stop it. And I would favor writing a resolution and also joining a joint resolution later, but I think we need to have a resolution right now, because it seems like every session they're taking more and more local control away from us, and they've got to stop. And they're doing things that are not good for Matthews, and I think it's our duty as elected officials to stand up to our legislators and say, we elected you, do the right thing for Matthews. So I would favor a multi-pronged approach that included our own resolution and then and joining another resolution later. That's just my opinion.
Are there some bullet points we can, specific to Matthews, to roll out? And
Sure, we could.
look at that? I mean, I don't have a problem with that aspect of it, but we do need to garner our forces with the monies we put into the league and other things to really help us along from that aspect of it. But I know everybody says, well, it hurts this person, doesn't hurt that person, or whatever, but if those folks in Raleigh were sitting behind this dais, would they not be feeling the same thing? So it's to one gentleman on this board, that Hazen, and says they just need to pull up their big boy pants. I think they get it, that we're doing what we need to do for our constituents, and I don't really have a problem with that.
I mean, just talking about local control is what I'm talking. They just keep taking more and more and more stuff away from us. Pretty soon you won't need a board. We'll just let Raleigh make all of our decisions.
That's true.
Commissioner Melton.
And I'm not asking for any new language or anything sharp or critical that we haven't already affirmed. I'm simply asking for a reaffirmation of a resolution that this board has already adopted as and I'll use former Mayor Myers' words, the M party, to not something that can be used as a form of political artillery in a partisan race, but something nonpartisan from the M party that says, still we believe that the government closest to the people governs best. just use some of the same language that we've already used in the past.
So can I suggest that we do prepare some sort of resolution and we can discuss it when the mayor's back and all of us are here? It sounds like we don't have a consensus necessarily, but we can discuss it when we have the full board here.
Yeah.
So we'll prepare something and we'll discuss it then.
On the 26th.
Yes.
Next meeting.
Okay. Motion to adjourn?
I'll second that. All in favor? All opposed? Thank you. One too bad, 9:30. Oh, let me do this.
One more time.